Hey you guys, welcome back. So today I am gonna talk about my out of body practice when trying to have an out of body experience at will. I've been having some requests on this topic, so yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about today. And I will share some of my tips and tricks. And just remember, you guys, this is how I do it. This is how I find works the best for me. Everybody has different ways of doing this, and you just gotta, you know, figure out what works best for you. So, this will be my personal out of body routine that I will share with you guys today. Yeah, so let's get to it. So, what I will start with, and where it always starts for me, is typically a couple of days before. I will set the day, usually like 2 days before, so I know this is the day that I'm practicing. When I was still living in Denmark and I had my old job, I always practiced on Sundays because I had my Mondays off and I typically wouldn't have anything going on in the morning or in the beginning of the day. So I could just, practice without feeling the pressure of time. Sometimes I would also practice on Thursdays because I also always had my Fridays off. But sometimes I would go and visit family early on Fridays. So, yeah, that was just like once in a while. But, so 1 to 2 times per week, but definitely one time per week for a long period of time was how I did this. Yeah, so setting, if you can, one day every week. And if it can be the same day, it would be the best because then you will kind of incorporate it into your subconscious that this is the day that I am doing my out of body practice. And it will just all help. And so on the day that I'm actually practicing, I will listen to a lot of YouTube videos about the other side. I would listen to people talk about their experiences and just immerse myself in it. So it's like I think about it all the time, even though I'm at work. When I had time for it, I would just listen to it in my earphones or just every moment that I had to do this, I would. So it would be like everything that I thought about all the time, especially like that day that I'm practicing. Yeah, and I would also think about my intention for my out of body. I would think about it throughout the day, what I wanted to achieve and or where I wanted to go, or if there was like some specific beings that I wanted to meet. I would just keep thinking about that as well. I would also, be telling myself the things that I need to do when I come out. And in the process of coming out, I would tell myself, oh yeah, remember to look at my hands, remember to come in my space. I would tell myself those things also during the day because then it's segmented more into your subconscious as well. I don't need to do that anymore because now I've done it so many times. So I know what to do now when I'm out and I just do it on, you can say autopilot. Yeah, but for sure in the beginning when you're starting to do this, it will be a very good thing for you to do that because it's when you get out, you wanna make sure that you have your intentions and that you know what to do and where to go. It's definitely a good thing to do it like that because it will make it easier for you when you know what to do. Yeah, and it will just then you can focus on other stuff. I would also be telling myself I am gonna have an out-of-body experience tonight. I can just feel it. I know that this will happen for me. I would just think about that during the day as well, and really tuning into it, like feeling it, feeling the excitement that, oh, I'm gonna come out of my body tonight. Yeah. So before I start the actual process, I will set my alarm to around 4 to 5 hours of sleep. So let's say I go to bed between 12 and 1, and maybe around 1 I will be sleeping. I have set my alarm to wake me up at 5 in the morning. So that gives me 4 hours to actually sleep. That's the first thing I do, and then I will start the actual process. Okay, so when I am ready to go to bed, and let's say it's a normal work night, then I would probably be in my bed between 12 and 1 in the nighttime. And I would then set my intentions. Sitting in my bed, I would think about my intention for coming out of my body. And I would think about my affirmations. And I would also read in my my out-of-body journal. I would write in it. I would write down my affirmations. I would write down my intentions for what I wanted to do when I got out. And when I had done that, I would actually read a little bit in my William Buhlman book. Yeah, because I found that reading about out-of-body experiences and these things right before really helped. Before I got this book, I would just do what I also did at work. I would lay down and just listen to YouTube videos about out-of-bodies, and you can do that as well. Yeah, I like to read before I go to bed because it makes me tired in a really nice way. But yeah, but I also do listen sometimes. Like, it all depends on what I personally want that day. Yeah, and so I will do that until I am tired enough to know that, okay, I will be able to fall asleep pretty quick if I put down the book now and, lay down, close my eyes. Yeah, so after the book, I will lay down on my back and I will then just, say the affirmations in my mind, not out loud, which is, I will be fully conscious and aware when I leave my body tonight. I will be fully conscious and aware when I leave my body tonight. I would use that and think it over and over and over. Sometimes I would say, now I'm out of body, now I'm out of body, now I'm out of body, now I'm out of body. And yeah, so I will be laying down to sleep at this time, and then I will sleep for around 4 hours until my alarm wakes me up. And yeah, that will be around 5 o'clock in the morning that I set my alarm. Yeah, so when the alarm wakes me up in the night, in the morning, I will start by going to the bathroom and pee, just because I found that wakes me up just a little bit. So I will go to the bathroom and come back, and I will read my affirmations and my intentions for this experience, the things that I just wrote down before going to sleep. I will read it again and think about it again. And I would have like a little night lamp that was like a little, not too bright, next to me, because you want to wake up a little bit, but not too much, or at least that's how I did it. That was what worked for me, because if I woke up too much, I wouldn't be able to actually, fall down into that state again, the pre-sleep state. Yeah, and when I have been reading a little bit in my out of body journal, I will then just put it away. So I will lay on my back and I will think about the affirmations. I will be fully conscious and aware when I leave my body tonight. I will be fully conscious and aware when I leave my body tonight. Or now I'm out of body, now I'm out of body. And just keep saying that. So for me, what I found work was I'm laying on my back, I'm saying these affirmations until I kind of feel like I am starting to drift away. And as soon as I feel, and this is kind of the sweet spot for me, you guys, as soon as I feel these subtle movements from my soul, and it's hard to explain, but I know what it is now because I've had it so many times. But it's like when I'm laying there and I know I'm laying still, I will feel like a shoulder doing like this, or my head doing like that, or my hands like doing something like this. And when you feel that, that is your soul starting to move. So when that happens, I found what works best for me is I will roll to my side. So I will be on my side and I will actually do the affirmations again. And then I just will let it all go. And at some point, I will then wake up when my soul is separating from my body. Yeah, so it will be that state. I can also sometimes I also wake up in sleep paralysis, which for me can feel like I'm sinking in the bed or feels like I'm rolling out of the bed. And like those sensations, yeah, you learn to know what it feels like, and then you know what is going on. Because you can say the first times you have these experiences, you don't have anything to compare with, you can say. So I can understand if some people doubt it or they don't know, is it that or what is going on, because it feels physical. It feels like it's your physical body doing this, but it is in fact your soul that is moving and doing these things. Yeah. Yeah. And oh yeah, and I forgot to say, actually I also use an eye mask. I use a silk one because I have both the thicker ones, which is very good when I meditate because I'm laying on my back. But when I want to roll on my side, I find the silk ones to be more comfortable. So that's what I use. Yeah, so I will have my eye mask on when I practice this also. So in this state where you are starting to, you feel the separation or you're in sleep paralysis, you probably will hear some weird things, you guys. You can hear like people chattering or chanting. You can hear music. You can also, if you have your soul eyes open, sometimes you will see, beings in the room. And I just want to tell you guys, this is a part of it, and there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Nothing can hurt, harm, or touch you, your soul. And as long as you know that, as long as you know that you are your ultimate authority, nobody can do anything to you when you're in that state. Just remember that, because that will help you to not get into those kind of anxiety feelings, because it can be a little bit it can feel a little bit scary to a lot of people, especially in the beginning. I think when experiencing these weird sounds and sensations, and I think I've tried a couple of times like aborting the mission because something really startled me too much. I remember one time I was laying in that state where I wasn't completely fully away from my body. I had separated, but I was in my soul, so I could sense and hear the other side. But I couldn't really, at that time, I couldn't really get away from my body, so I was just laying there, and somebody took their hand on my head and kind of scratched me and said, "Lova." And I was like, what was that? And it woke me up. But that time I actually just closed my eyes again, and I managed to get out. But that was a little like, yeah, because it's like, who was that? What was that? But yeah, I wanted to say that to you guys, that there's nothing to be afraid of, even though those stages can feel a little bit scary. But as soon as you're out and away from your body, those things disappear. You won't hear the weird things anymore. It's like literally just the shift in your consciousness. It's like you're dialing into another frequency, which makes you able to pick up and hear all kinds of different things around you. Yeah, that's all it is. And sometimes also, you know, you can manifest your thought forms in a kind of little bit unpleasant way. So if you see something that is like really scary like that, like something you would think of from like a horror movie or something, chances are it's just your own thought forms. Because if there actually is somebody there, chances are it's some of your guides or dead relatives or people who are there to assist you and help you with your experience. Yeah, so just also keep that in mind. So for me, the actual getting away from my physical body, that happens different also every time. Sometimes I will literally just think about getting away from my body, and my soul will just lift up by itself, like sit up in the bed, and I will just be able to walk out of my bedroom, very easy. And sometimes it will be very hard, and I have to use commands. And Andre, my partner, actually gave me a really good one that I find now is very helpful. And it's actually just you saying, relax more, relax more. Say it until you can, because you will feel the vibrations enhancing. That will help your physical body relax more, because it's actually just a matter of how much were you able to shut your physical body down before actually leaving. So the more it's shut down, the easier it will be for you to leave. But as I just said, you can just, say relax more, tell your physical body in your mind, relax more. And it will. And then it will be much easier for you to just, up and go. Sometimes, sometimes I will actually reach out my hand, and this was also something Andre actually told me that he has done. I will reach out my soul hand, and I will just ask for somebody to help me get out, and sometimes somebody is grabbing my hand and pulling me out. Yeah, you can envision a rope that you can pull yourself out with. If you can think it, you can do it. So whatever works for you. But I found the reaching for the hand or the rope works really good for me. So after the separation, I would always just move out, like walk out of my bedroom and into my kitchen. That was just, and again, that's what I do. But for me, it was good to have kind of a routine also when I got out of my body, something I did first. And for me, that was getting away from my physical body, getting out of the bedroom and walked into my kitchen. And when I was in my kitchen, I would then, as the first thing before anything else, I would look at my hands and I would command my awareness. I would say, awareness now, or clarity now, or vision now, or light now. It all depends. But I have those that I kind of use. Sometimes I will say them all. Sometimes I will just say one of them. What I found out about this is in the beginning when I was doing it, it didn't work because I just said it and nothing happened. But then I found out if I keep doing it, even though sometimes I won't even have sound coming out of my mouth because I am my consciousness sometimes when you come out of your body is not 100%. And that also has to do with your body not being fully shut down, which mine rarely is. I have it very easy to leave my body, you could say. Like I don't have to have my body full shut down before my soul will actually leave. And that's great. You know, that means I can easily have out-of-body experiences. But it also means that I need to always command more awareness in these things as soon as I get out. So that's what I will do. I will look at my hands and I will keep doing this, you guys, until it happens. I won't do anything else until this happens. And you will know when it does because everything will light up like somebody just turned the switch on. Everything will light up and you will be able to see your hands. You will be able to speak out. You will hear yourself. And at that point, you know that you're there. And then you can start thinking about your intention. And it's actually funny because I tried once when I was trying to get away from my, like when I had separated from my physical body and I was gonna go out of the bedroom. I got stuck in the net curtain that I have in the doorway between my bedroom and my living room. I got stuck in that, even though I was out of my body. And yeah, and also sometimes you feel like you can't see anything, and it's because you still have your blinders on, even though they're on your physical body, but sometimes you will still have them on when you're out of your body. Yeah, that's a little bit funny. And so this is the time where you will then, think about your affirmations. And for me, what I usually do is I will stand by my main door and sometimes I will just say out loud, for instance, I want to meet one of my spirit guides. And then I will just jump through the door and I will appear a different place and I will have that experience. Sometimes I will just have the intention of what I want to do, and as soon as I open the door or walk through the door, I will be in that space. Sometimes as soon as I have commanded my awareness and everything lights up, I will be in that experience. It all depends. It's different every time. But usually walking through doorways is kind of, you can say, portals into different realities. So doing that, I know Andre, my partner, he does it through mirrors. Yeah, there's like different ways to do it. So this was my out of body routine, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. I will say that practicing this way, by just sleep depriving yourself, I find is actually one of the best ways to ensure actually having an experience, because when we're sleep deprived, that is when we have most success, you can say, with having a out-of-body experience. And it's also sometimes how I will have my spontaneous out-of-bodies is when I sleep badly, actually during the night. yeah, I have a hard time. Let's say I wake up in the night and I have a hard time falling asleep. I will then start to feel myself separating from my physical body because I am exhausted, I am tired, but my mind, like I'm still kind of conscious, you could say. It's kind of the same thing that I'm doing when I'm practicing at will. I just consciously will, wake myself up and do this. You can also try and do it this way that I just told you guys today. Even if you just wake up during the night, that works. That works good too. But again, you guys, we're all different, and it all depends. This is just the method that I kind of put together myself, you can say, by getting different teachings and reading different books on it. And I just took whatever I found worked for me and kind of put it together like that. So you can take what you want from my routine, and you can also try and do it exactly the way that I do it and see it if it works. But yeah. And then I want to say also, I know that binaural beats is also a very good thing. That helps a lot of people. I did use it in the beginning when practicing at will, because it does help you get into those states. But I found that I personally actually didn't need it to have an out of body experience. So I stopped using it. But that can definitely be a good tool for sure. And I also have, like sometimes before practicing out of body, I will use a specific meditation, a specific out of body meditation that is on YouTube. And I will put the link below, you guys, so you can check that out also if you like. It is a guided meditation with this woman named Connie. She has a very pleasant voice, and her process in this guided meditation is from the Robert Monroe Institute. Yeah, so it's very good. And after she's done with the guiding meditation, there will be, I think it's about 9 hours of rain sounds, which is also binaural beat, by the way. And for me, that's the binaural beat that I like. I like rain or wave sound. Waves from the ocean is also binaural beats. But again, that's a preference. What people like. Some like the actual beats that you make. But for me, I like the natural rain and wave sounds. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that tool as well. Just play around with it, see what works, and just, have fun with it. And also, if I do have success, I will always, as soon as I wake up from the experience, I will take my phone and I will record it, speak it into my phone, because I find that is better for me instead of turning on the lights and sitting and writing something, because usually I will always like to see if I can have an experience again right after. And if I wake up too much, it will be harder for me. So I will just quickly say what, I remember from the experience and try and go again. Sometimes I don't do it. I'm too eager. I just want to go back to the experience. Sometimes when I've came out like multiple times that night, I won't be able to remember the first experiences as clear. And that's why, it's like, do I wanna write it down and remember everything and risk not having an experience because I wake up too much, or do I wanna just go and have an experience and risk not being able to remember everything? It's kind of, but I mean, yeah, you can also, again, try both, see what you like. But for me, I like to do that. I like to wake up and record it in, to for sure be able to remember as much as possible. Because when you're in that state, chances are, you guys, that you will be able to have another experience. I think I've managed to come out like at least 4 times during one night. And I would keep coming back to the same experience because I felt like I wasn't finished. So that's something that you can definitely do. Yeah. So that was it, you guys. That was my out of body routine. I hope that you guys feel like you got something good from this. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any questions about it, or if you have, success using my little toolbox here. I would love to hear that for sure. And yeah, I really hope that you guys have success, because it's literally the best thing in the world is to have an out of body experience. Like, it's just, yeah, there's nothing like it. So I really wish this for everybody. And that's also why I decided to make this video, because I feel like if it could help even just a few to have an out of body experience, that would make me extremely happy. So yeah. But okay, you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching and giving me your time. And don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel if you found this helpful. Yeah, and other than that, I'll see you guys next time, and take care. I love you guys. Bye.